welcome back. What's up? How you doing? It's really good to see you. It's been a while since we've just kind of done a video like this. It's been a while since I've done a video, period. So yeah, hey, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. I'm doing really good. Yeah, I feel nice, especially after getting that history of impressionism video out. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's very informative. It's very fun. Draw while you're watching it, or put it on while you're doing dishes or while you're showering. Whatever, just put it on. But yeah, so I haven't been to a museum in a little bit. Actually, I have to lie. I'm gonna put a clip here of me just going to museums. I've been going to museums very often.
Yo, New York is so crazy because it's like, it's not even 8:30 in the morning and I'm on the train, and then there's a dude who just gets on the train and he just starts gospel rapping over Look at Me by XXXTentacion. Bro, what? And he's shouting, right? He's got a microphone and he's shouting. New York, never change. But on a more serious note, I was thinking about, what it means to be an artist, or more so a contemporary artist, and how a lot of the really big artists like Murakami or Cause or Jeff Koons, all these guys have studios where they're essentially running a factory with a bunch of painters making their work for them. And, you look back on art history and just like the lineage of the tradition of making art. And a lot of our favorite artists come from studios where they were apprentices and they were doing majority of the paintings, like Giotto or all the way to Da Vinci. And so it's like, are these really big painters who are still running factories and kind of more so being the face of the studios? Like, is that still in line with the tradition of being a professional painter, or should it be frowned upon because we're just like in a different age? And as we lose touch with reality, with like the internet and technology, is being the one to make your paintings, should that be something people focus on because there's more of a human element in that versus outsourcing the labor so you can have more time to party or to like build your wealth? I don't know, just stuff I'm thinking about. So just left the museum, and honestly, yeah, it probably feels like I'm crazy because I'm in the museum like every other day, or honestly in each of these videos, I think I go to the museum once a video, whatever, man. But like the thing about it is I'm trying to live in a museum, you know what I mean? Like I'm trying to be there so much that I can tell when a singular painting is moved. But honestly, it's just really nice to just hang out with some of my favorite paintings for 10 to 15 minutes and learn something new. Like I got a chance to look at the Picasso Three Women at the Fountain again, which is my favorite painting in the whole world. And I saw something about hands that helped me. And so I'm just gonna keep going back because I feel like the museum is the best place to learn, especially right now at this point in my development as an artist. So I'm just gonna try and be there at all times. I love it though. So just left the George Condo show, and like, I'm not mad at it. Actually, I am mad at it because I used to be a huge fan, but the more I learn about art and art history, I feel like everyone's just kind of a copy of a copy, and it just doesn't really hit like when you know what you're looking at and you can just see people's influences, and you're able to see how they're not changing anything, they're just copying it. There was a book in the condo show that shows a painting of after Picasso, and it's a musketeer, and then you look up Picasso's Musketeers and the George Condo is indistinguishable from the Picasso, and it almost feels like George Condo is a way for people to purchase Picasso paintings without having to pay Picasso prices. Overall, I was really disappointed, especially because I used to be a huge fan, and the last condo show I went to, I found some stuff that I really loved. But Maybe next time. Lastly, make whatever you like, because clearly you can get famous for being you. So that's dope. I will say George Gondo is cool for his cultural impact, so I'll never like be able to take that away from him. But I'm not a fan of his later work, and that's cool, because you know you get older, you like different stuff. So cool.
But I want to go to the Met Museum today, and I want to look at some Impressionist paintings, and I just kind of want to sit down and draw, because it's been a while since I've just sat in a museum and drawn and just hung out. So we're going to go to the museum, and then I think we're going to come back and maybe do like a little watercolor of some flowers. I don't know yet. We'll see how I'm feeling. I'll see you in a sec. So I actually didn't end up going to the Met. I went and got some delicious dry pot in Midtown, and it was so much food, dude, that I couldn't even finish it all. So I had a bunch of leftovers, and I knew if I went to the museum, they would make me throw it out. So I made a business decision, and I took my leftovers home. But that's cool. And by the way, it's the next day I took my hair out. You know what I'm saying? We chilling. Same outfit though. You know what I'm saying? I wanted a little bit of continuity. But yeah, so I figured I wanted to work on a little drawing. I wanted to do a couple, maybe not doodles, but like a warm up, because I'm gonna do a long drawing tonight with a model. By a model, I mean my girlfriend. I'm gonna do a drawing of her tonight. So I wanted to kind of warm up, and you know, I wanted to feel good. So I wanted to draw and talk with you guys. I hope that's cool. It feels so good to just be back in the studio and recording again. I've been in the studio every day, don't get it twisted, but I kind of took a break from recording these kinds of videos because I was working on the longer history of Impressionism video, which, by the way, doing fantastic. I'm actually so proud of that video, and I'm very excited to make more of them. You know, that video, to make it, was very draining, and so I wanted to just kind of focus on that and not stress myself out by doing too much. You know what I mean? Like, who we trying to impress? You know what I'm saying? Like, we here, we chilling. This is us. It's been really nice just thinking about the Impressionists and the mark they've left on history, and it's gotten me to think about where we are in time and how things sort of mirror what they're going through or what they went through, and how we're primed for an artistic revolution. Don't mind the drawing from last time, because it's not going to be here for much longer. Yeah, when I think about what it means to be an artist today, a lot of people think it means, you know, being a slave to the market, being able to just make a stable income, which is important. And I think that's what anyone wants in this world, whether you're an artist or in any other type of profession, is you want to feel stability and to feel like you have some value, that you add some value to the world, and that you have a quality of life. I think what we're forgetting, especially as artists, is that we're not making this to be a stock in someone's portfolio or to be something that beautifies someone's home. We're making this stuff to express ourselves, to say something. And that kind of gets forgotten about when people think about what it means to be an artist. You know, all we think about is not you and I, but there are others who think about just making money. And that's not what this thing is about. You know, it's about, this is a craft. Like, I feel like we are, all of us, we're in sort of like a brotherhood or like a family where, you know, making art is the thread that ties us all together. Anyways, that's kind of what I've been thinking about these days, is just, you know, what does political unrest mean for us as artists, and like, how do we deal with uncertainty in these times, you know? And I think for me, like, how I want to deal with uncertainty is continuing to have something to say and having a community that supports me and that I can support. You know, because like I said in the book, all of the artists found a community, and I want so badly for us to also have a community here. Also, I don't know if I said it in the beginning, but if you're not drawing with me or like making art with me, please do. Like, you know, we might as well, right? I've been thinking a lot about what it means to flex as an artist. You know, like what does that look like? Like, what's an art flex? Actually, let me know down below what's an artistic flex, if you can think of any. For me, I would say it's having beautiful studio with double doors that can open to the outside, and I don't know, like a skylight and enough space for storage. I was in the studio this week, and a friend of mine, I saw a sketchbook, and his sketches were really good, and it made me jealous. Not in a negative way, but just like a wow, I need to start drawing more. Like I need to be on my, you know what I'm saying, I need to be on my dean.
I never missed it since I was 14.
MashaAllah.
Mecca, I've been 4 times. The mosque, I'm addicted to it. My deen, I'm on a mad thing right now. It's everything is fit. Bro, if you well, Modine has been lacking for a month or whatever, now I'm on a mad thing. How about that?
You know, like I can't let someone draw better than me. And I know there's always gonna be someone who draws better than me, but I think it's nice that I have people in my life that can inspire me to want to do better. And so I've just been drawing all the time. If I'm on the train, I'm drawing strangers. I've been waking up every morning and doing these little self-portraits in my sketchbook. Maybe I'll do one with you guys one of these days, but I need to get more comfortable doing that. It's funny, I'm better at drawing strangers than I am at drawing myself. And I don't know if there's like a psychology to that, where I'm able to be more objective about seeing other people versus seeing myself. But yeah, I can't see myself, which is kind of sad. But we're working on it. A part of what inspired me to do more self-portraits, once again, the Impressionist book is just the gift that continues to give, because I see all of these self-portraits that these artists have. You know, it also might have to do with the fact that there were no cameras back in the day. And so if you wanted to know what someone looked like or whatever, like a part of the job of a painter was to record what people look like. And so, you know, there's all these portraits of people, and I would like to leave that behind, you know, like portraits of myself. I think that that's important in the tradition of art. I don't know, I've just been thinking a lot about tradition these days and what that looks like as the world continues to change, and, you know, what parts do we take with us into the future and what parts do we leave behind, you know, because things will get left behind, and it's all about you continuing to move forward. Yeah. But I mean, even speaking about tradition, that's also what I've been contemplating by myself, is like, what does being an artist look like with AI, and how do we sort of work with it as opposed to working against it, and do we completely reject it? Because artists were scared when the camera first came out and they thought they would lose their jobs, and some did, but then art got to be a little bit more creative. And so I'm just wondering, how can I think about using AI in creative ways, take away from this beautiful tradition that we have? You know, I know a ton of people hate it. I don't really like AI, you know, but that also might be because I haven't found a way to work with it. But I also am not looking to work with it. Also, I'm not sure if you've noticed, but I have a bow on my face, and it is from a pack of Sailor Moon. It's from a pack of Sailor Moon pimple patches. Dude, so the Met is closed on Wednesdays, and the MoMA's open, but I go every day, and I'm gonna go tomorrow. And so I was like, maybe I'll go to the Guggenheim. I never go, and they've got a Picasso that I really love. So maybe I'll do that, right? My nigga, I looked at the price. They want 30 beans, brother, 30 beans to go. And that's the thing, right? Like, art needs to be accessible for people, especially if we want to continue to breed new artists. Like, people need to be able to go to museums and see things that shift their perspective. But also, because of because of my reading, I don't want to say I'm an art snob, but I'm like beginning to be in the museum, and I'm like, yo, these people don't even know what they're looking at. They don't know how this changed the game. And honestly, I wish that on y'all as well. I'm hoping once I make enough of these sort of art historical videos, you guys can have more knowledge about this beautiful thing that we call painting, and you guys can go into these places and you'll be able to give a tour to your friends and family. And honestly, once the channel gets big enough, I want to start like going to museums and stuff with y'all, and just like enjoying seeing art with people and just talking about it in person. And anyways, yeah, I got a lot of plans. For this channel. Wow, I completely botched the legs, but try not to judge it. I'm also, so I've just been doing so much research lately, and I found out that this dude's legs are nuts. I found out that there's a Michelangelo exhibit coming to Virginia this summer. And so I'm taking a road trip, y'all. Like, I gotta see it all. I have no idea what this guy's even doing. A little belly button. No idea what he's doing. No idea what he's got going on. No idea what my boy's got going on. All right, let's do another one. think I want to do one more and then we can kind of call it. I think the fun part about learning about art and all that is just being able to see where different people's references are coming from and seeing how they flip those things. I'm really into music, and so being able to see essentially where people are getting their samples from is so dope. And it's amazing to just go in the museum. This dude looks like Mr. Potato Head. We'll give him little feetsies, right? And then maybe he's got like arms, he's got hands. Hello, my friend. I don't know. But yeah, it's just really nice to see where people get their artistic inspiration from. And it's like easier to see which contemporary artists are more original than others. Is cool. But anyways, hang on. I actually don't want to end on this. I want to do one that feels a little better. That doesn't feel right to me. Let's try this, see if we can get out of it. All right, we got it. Use a better piece of charcoal though. I hate how charcoal just like always gets my hands dirty. You know, doing these kinds of drawings are always hit or miss for me, because like, you know, sometimes I don't see anything, but some days it's like a good ink blot test to see where my mind is at. Yeah, it's been nice just learning about the history of where we come from. But I guess the point of everything I'm trying to get at today is just we're not stocks. By we, I mean artists. We're not stocks, we're people, and we have the right to change and to invent new things. And I'm hopeful we won't be reliant on this current system of how the art world works, and that hopefully things change sooner than later, because we deserve a chance at like true freedom. And it feels like, from what I'm learning from history, is that every time, you know, artists sort of have to fight for freedom. Each win we get is a small, tiny step, but when you zoom out over hundreds of years, we've made a giant leap. And so this thing that we're doing it's not meaningless. I want artists to stop thinking that they have to be the most financially successful to feel like a success. If you're able to make art, you're winning. And that's like the most important thing. And you from like 5 or 10 years ago would be really proud of you for continuing to stick with it and continuing to build on your dream. But with that being said, I wanted to say thank you so much for hanging out with me today, yesterday, and tomorrow. I gotta wash my hands and I gotta set up the studio so I can make a nice drawing. This has been really nice, just like loosening up and just kind of getting back into the feel of recording a video like this. Thanks for hanging out with me while I'm rambling. And oh yeah, and I'm working on the part 2 to the history of Impressionism. So if you see this and you liked that video, the next one's gonna be better, because I'm continuing to learn. I'm still new to this YouTube thing, but I'm having a good time. So I'll see you again probably tomorrow. I don't know. I'm gonna see you soon. Peace.
Griselda. Hey yo.